All right, Mike. Kyler Murray is up to something. He's up to something. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be something sinister. Maybe he's just toning down his social media. Maybe he feels like he wants to separate church and state. And so I want to chill on my social media. I don't need to be identified as an Arizona Cardinal. I'm more than a football player. I'm more than a baseball player. I'm Kyler. Why do I have to be identified with the Cardinals? I don't know. But he unfollowed them on Twitter and social media. Let me ask you this, because I don't even pay attention to it. Like, if you don't follow me, I don't know. I don't care.
That's good, because I don't.
Okay, fine. I don't care. I'm going to unfollow you. I don't care. Really. Do the Cardinals, who probably have a substantial following in both realms, do they get an alert, Kyler Murray unfollowed you?
No, you don't get unfollow alerts.
Okay.
Somebody has to find that. You get follow alerts,
right,
but you don't get unfollow
Do you think
alerts.
the Cardinals care that Kyler Murray doesn't follow them? Like.
Kyler Murray's got a contract and a fifth-year option.
Yeah.
Do they care? Yes and no. They should.
They should
and
care?
I think,
Why?
yeah, clearly something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Because, something's bothering him. And I guess no, because whatever is bothering him, they probably are fully aware of. I think they should care, because the last thing you need from the face of your franchise, from your quarterback, is drama, real or manufactured. It's commitment time. I think it's exactly what people believe it to be, which is he's ready for a new contract.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, that contract hasn't happened yet. Maybe the organization still wants to wait and see whether he's really that guy. Because he's had some stretches of brilliance. The last 2 years he's been in MVP conversation, only to fall off a cliff toward the end of the season.
Whose side are you on?
I'm always on the player side.
No, I'm saying, oh, really?
Almost 99.9% of the time on the player side.
So
with the exception of, taking your stuff off and doing jumper jacks off the field or something.
Do you think that he has warranted that type of huge commitment from Arizona? I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know where he ranks, though. If we're really getting into ranking quarterbacks, do I say just automatically top 5? No, I don't say he's top 5. I don't know if he's even top 10.
I'll ask you this: what's your alternative? So let's juxtapose it with, or compare it, and contrast it with Baker Mayfield.
Free agency.
Let's talk Baker, the guy that was taken the year before him.
Is he
right?
better than Baker Mayfield? Yes, he is.
Right, but Cleveland should not be falling over itself to commit to Baker Mayfield.
Right.
I think I've seen enough from Kyler Murray, if I'm the Cardinals, to think, yes, he's the long-term answer. We got to get better around him. We have to, not have bad luck when it comes to injuries. The bigger question is Cliff Kingsbury, for me, more than is Kyler Murray in Arizona.
Yeah, I think it's both. Because if you say Kyler Murray, we got to put more around him. The Cardinals have done a pretty good job of putting pieces around Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Keep him healthy. Keep those pieces healthy.
Okay.
He really struggled without DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's the hesitation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ultimately, if they're taking too much time, you got to look at it from their standpoint. Well, they should take time. They should be thorough. Like, don't take offense that, hey, they're taking too long. It should be a no-brainer. Just give me the contract. I think there are only a handful of guys like that in the league. One of them just retired. You got Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. A handful of guys who just say, oh, yeah, no question.
No-brainer, yeah.
I respect him. I think he's really good.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyler Murray, is this crazy? Am I saying this? Am I the only one thinking this? I don't think Kyler Murray is a no-brainer. He's not overrated.
No, that's not fair.
He doesn't suck.
Unfair.
And then that's not
unfair.
Okay.
That's not unfair at all. That's a fair evaluation, especially, it's their money. They have every reason to maybe want to see more. And they have his fifth-year option. Hell, Lamar Jackson ain't got a contract. Lamar Jackson is one MVP.
Won an MVP.
And he ain't got a contract yet. So
right.
I just think it's so 2022. It's so however old, 22 maybe, however old Kyler Murray is, whatever he is. When you unfollow somebody, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't. It can be.
Because it's such a statement. It's like, bro, okay, old OGs like us.
Yeah, right.
If I delete your number out my phone.
Okay.
You may not know it, but if I delete your number, that means I'm done with you.
Okay.
So if I'm the quarter, maybe if I recognize who this.
Hey, you here? Listen, hey man. Go ahead,
if I'm the quarterback,
delete my number. Just be here at noon local time.
If I'm the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, but from a social and digital footprint standpoint, am I saying that right? Digital footprint,
sure.
Standpoint. I have no connection to this organization. You making a statement, and your silence about it speaks volumes. Silence is not golden in this case. That silence says a lot, because he could easily, so now, by now, he has to know that this is a thing. So if it wasn't a thing, if it wasn't intentional, he could easily put it to bed, be like, stop tripping. Media, y'all always making something out of nothing. Y'all always looking for a story. Can a brother just scrub his Instagram of all things affiliated with his employer in peace?
But I understand.
Just say that.
I understand. Maybe what he has done, and just throwing it out there, is it possible that he looks at this contract, this contract exploration, I don't want to call it a contract
evaluation,
whatever it is, this process.
Right.
He says, wait a minute. I was just a little too wide-eyed coming in as the number 1 overall pick. Hey, you're number 1 pick in the draft. You would have been a first-round pick in baseball. It was a first-round pick in baseball. Baseball, football, Cardinals want me. Here we go. It's my town. It's my team. And then, wait a minute. This is still business. So maybe I'm not against the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm an employee of the Arizona Cardinals. I don't own the team. I'm not the team president, so let me stop going all in, leaning all into the Cardinals. Let's just separate it. I'm going to put that over here. This is a business side, and then I'm going to handle. And then there's Kyler, the man, and then there's Kyler, the quarterback. Kyler, the quarterback stuff.
Business and personal.
Yeah. I'm just going to separate it, and I think that's very. Now, if that's the case, I think that's very mature.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I mean, listen,
maybe it's a petty thing that we think.
But if that's what it is, he could say that. Not that he owes anybody an explanation as to how he handles social media, but if you are committed to the Cardinals, even though they haven't committed to you long term, and you are well aware by now that this is a thing that people are talking about, that people are taking notice of, you could just say, guys, I'm all in on the Cardinals. I'm here. I plan on being here for the rest of my career. We got a good thing going. We're just getting started. I know I was awful in the playoff game. We all were awful against the Rams. You could nip this in the bud. It doesn't have to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't have to.
Adversarial?
No, I'm saying it doesn't have to be this thing that's just hanging in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, what is it then? Yeah.
Vague.
Yeah, vague. Yeah. Just clarify it. If you're committed, clarify it. But the longer he doesn't clarify why he did what he did, again, that's just the day and age we live in. Does he owe us an explanation? Not necessarily. But you are the quarterback of the Cardinals. Except if somebody came down from another planet and they logged on to Instagram and they looked up Kyler Murray, they wouldn't know you the quarterback of the Cardinals. They wouldn't know you have any affiliation with the Cardinals, which seems to be intentional on his part.
Go to NFL.com. Look at Arizona Cardinals roster. Depth chart.
It's saying something.
QB1.
He's saying something without saying something.
Murray.
How about go old school and just say something? Just do an interview.
Well,
come to the Super Bowl and do an interview and be like, you know what? We can't win here. There's a reason why we keep collapsing every year in the second half of the season.
This is why it's such a tough situation to figure out with the Cardinals. Tell me, and I'm serious, not even a rhetorical question. What are they missing offensively? What are they missing?
Listen, man. They were missing DeAndre Hopkins from a pieces standpoint.
Okay.
I think they're missing second half adjustments, which goes back to the head coach.
Okay.
And the quarterback played like crap.
All right.
That was one of the worst pick sixes I've ever seen.
So it's back on him. They're not really.
He is not blameless in terms of.
I mean, you look at the receiver. They made a good draft pick. Draft pick from brother from another, Rondale Moore, really good. He turned out well. I mean, they got all these guys.
Yeah.
AJ Green. I don't know. AJ Green didn't really seem like the same AJ Green.
Yeah, he's not the same guy.
I mean, but James Conner had a bunch of touchdowns. Great season for him. Nice free agent pickup. I mean, they really have a lot of things going on. They have a offensive-minded, offensive-oriented head coach who really designed the offense around Kyler Murray.
Who doesn't seem to adjust well as teams adjust to him. That's what it seems like based on the last few years.
Okay,
he just came from the Pro Bowl. Somebody probably in his ear. He's probably talking to some people.
There we go.
He's probably, much like Russell Wilson last year, and obviously Russell was in Seattle for a long time, or has been in Seattle for a long time. much like Russell Wilson, that shot of him and Sierra watching Tom Brady, that set him off. Maybe Kyler Murray is sitting here watching the Rams and Matthew freaking Stafford out of his own division.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl. Is like, that could be us, but y'all playing.
Okay.
So maybe he's just upset. Maybe just something triggered him this week.
He might be upset. Now, if it's not contract,
what else could it be?
Head coach. Does it go back to the head coach?
Could be.
So this is interesting because if you really,
there's more to this than just somebody scrubbing their Instagram.
Yeah, and the timing, the timing of it is curious. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.